Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video. This one is a little page in the small square Art by Marlene White Creative Journal. This little journal is, I'm just trying to find one. I'm just going to measure this one so I can tell you exactly how big it is. It is 10 centimetres square and it's got the same smooth cardstock paper that's in the large journal as well. It responds really well to gesso if you're going to use paint on it, but here I was just using the duo tip markers from Marlene. I've started off with a paper element mandala in the centre and just using that as my jumping off point, and adding in more colours. It's a really fun meditative way to create a journal page, just playing with colours, patterns, marks. It's something that I have become a little bit obsessed with, and certainly on my iPad I've been creating lots of mandalas on Procreate, just playing with all the different brushes and textures and colours as well. This is great because you can play with layering tone on tone colours. You can play with seeing how complementary colours react together. It's just lots of fun using the brush tip here to make marks. Just kind of let your inner child out and have a play. And you'll find that you can create some really lovely patterns. And I think if you're unsure where to start, using a little paper element like the ones that Marlene's got in her many paper element books is a great place to get started, because you don't have to think about those first few marks that you make. And for me, creating these mandalas, I try to keep it quite loose and not worrying about precision. That's just my thing, that's the way I am. I'm not particularly worried about it being perfectly symmetrical or absolutely accurate. I quite like that loose look that I'm getting here by just playing with the colours and the pens. And I think that's quite freeing as well. I think I've said that before on one of my videos. Just let go of that expectation that it's got to be perfect, because it absolutely hasn't. And you're just setting unrealistic goals for yourself, really. I think when you release that pressure, you can just have more fun. So I get to a point with these mandalas where I start then to go in with black and white. As you know, the black and white add in that extra level of contrast, which just tend to make things like this, and art journal pages in general, it just makes them pop a little bit more, because you're adding that extra layer of interest. Dina Wakley calls it value shift. I mean, and that just means the same, really. It means having the lights and the darks alongside everything else. It makes it more interesting for your eye to look at. And here I'm just looking at the spaces that I've got and what sort of pattern might fit in there, and really just not overthinking. This really was a very quick page to come together. Layering darks on lights and lights on darks, it's just so much fun. I can really recommend it, and it's a lovely way to create a journal page. If you don't know what to do and you want to be creative, do something in your journal, this is a great thing to do, because you don't have to think, really. You can just relax. Now I'm going in with a black fine line pen. This is a Pilot G-Tech C4. It's a lovely fine tipped gel pen. It's fast become one of my favourites, and it's lovely for doing those kind of little detailed lines, particularly on something like this that is quite small. It's a great way to add in those lines. Yeah, so you can see I'm just kind of now going around and outlining different parts and bringing in all those little layers and levels of contrast. So even though I've used that paper element in the middle, I can also add marks and different colour onto that as well if I want to, just to mix that up and make it blend in with the rest of my mandala. It's just really about giving yourself that starting point. So then, just to pop a quote on there, I'm going into Marlene's Golden Oldie Sticker Quote Book. It's nice and easy. There is always a quote in there that will work with whatever it is that I'm doing. There we go, art lover. Perfect. And there it is, my little mandala. So if you don't know what to do, but you want to be creative, I can recommend this as a great starting point for getting your hands moving. Thanks for watching. I hope you found some inspiration, and I hope to see you again soon.